Mission Impossible 3 is directed by J.J. Abrams. The J.J. Abrams, whose name, like, when I hear his name, I'm like, oh, Star Trek. He also directed Star Wars The Force Awakens. I love that movie. And then, the rest of the, and of course, the rest of it just went downhill. But yeah, like, this is his directorial debut, J.J. Abrams. And in this film, you know, um, retired from the Impossible Missions Force, agent and trainer Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise, is forced to return to active duty to capture elusive arms dealer Owen Davian, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, the Philip Seymour Hoffman. So yeah, like a lot of things happen um, during this movie. Excuse me. Not, I was about to say franchise, but then I'm like, no, it's not. This isn't a franchise. It's a film. But anyway, a lot of things happen. Development for a third Mission Impossible film began way back in 2002 with David Fincher slated to direct this film. He and his eventual replacement Joe Carnahan, both of them, David and Joe, both departed in 2004, citing creative differences. And then J.J. Abrams was hired months later at the behest or like the behalf of Tom Cruise, who was a fan of Abrams' Alias like TV show, which I heard about. Didn't it star? I want to say Ben Affleck's ex-wife, Jennifer. Yeah, Jennifer Gardner. Yeah, it's coming back to me. Yeah, Jennifer Gardner. But yeah, this further delayed production on the film due to Abrams' contractual obligation for Alias and the Lost TV show, and caused prospective cast additions like Carrie Ann Moss, and Scarlett Johansson, all to depart from the film. All right, so I have seen this film, and I literally just finished watching this film. Like, and here I am sitting down, hitting the recording my review, and it is 100% better than it is way better than Mission Impossible 2. I didn't look up after I watched Mission Impossible 2. I did not look the Rotten Tomato score, and I was really surprised that it was that. It had like it had a rotten score. Mission Impossible 2, the previous film, not this film, Mission Impossible 2 had like a rotten score. Like, give me a sec, guys. Let me type it on my computer real quick. Mission Impossible 2 has a 57% rotten score. Yeah. And I thought Mission Impossible 2 was it was a decent, enjoyable, it was a decent, fine film. But it does have its problems, and I mentioned them, I addressed them, I talked about them in my review just very recently. Go check it out, my review for Mission Impossible 2. But I was surprised that it had a rotten score, a 57%. I just thought it was a decent film. But Mission Impossible 3 is obviously, yes, it's better. It's way better than Mission Impossible 2. And I would say that it's better than the original, the first Mission Impossible film. That's right. Like, I really enjoy this film. I will talk about it, but yeah, like, I love the pace of the film. The stunts, the action stunts were incredible. And I consider it to be a massive improvement over its two predecessors. So yeah, and let's dive right into it. So if you guys don't know how my movie reviews go, I'm gonna break this movie down, talking about my feelings, the positives, the negatives, and then my overall thoughts leading into the conclusion. Um, as we in my conclusion, as we wrap this review up. All right, so let's do exactly that. This film, Mission Impossible 3, is probably the it does have a dark take in the Mission series. Like it's the first dark take in this franchise, and it is a major departure. Like you can feel like when the movie opened up, like I felt it. It is a major departure from the first two films. It's definitely an improvement to what made the two films just decent. I mean, the first two films were decent, solid, but this one is a massive improvement, a major improvement. This film has a lot of fun, good moments, and action sequences to the point where it feels like a Mission Impossible film. Like it lives up to the title. Finally, it also serves even more charm or hearts from the previous films, whatever that may exist. And Tom Cruise is reprising his role along with Ving Rhames. Ving, is it pronounced? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Vine Rhames. I know him from the black guy from the huge guy from he's incredible. He's an incredible actor. I but the only franchise that I know him from was very recently was the Guardians of the Galaxy film. He played the tall. He was the member of the original Guardians of the Galaxy film, the original Guardians of the Galaxy team, not film, with Sylvester Stallone and Yondu. The big tall black guy. That's Ving Rhames. I think I 100% mispronounced his name. My English is not. It's 95. Like it's 95%. It's not 100%. Please excuse me for butchering his name. But yeah, they are back. Both of them are back, and they both gave very great performances as always, alongside new and exclusive to the film characters. The film also introduces Simon Pegg, who like surprised me, and also Lawrence Fishburne. I think it was. I'm not tripping, right? Lawrence. I swear to God, I saw. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm starting to remember. Yeah, I did see Lawrence Fishburne. So his appearance in this film totally caught me off guard, and I love it. Like I just love. Give me more Simon Pegg. Give me more Lawrence Fishburne. It's always great to see them in other franchises that I haven't, that I'm brand new to, like this. But yeah, Simon Pegg plays Benji, who is Benji Dunn, who is an IMF technician. While he only had a supporting role, Simon Pegg, here in the film, he later went on into being a major character and one of Ethan's trusted friends in later films. That I do know from watching. Even though I'm brand new to the Mission Impossible franchise, I just started watching this. I got like so much more to go prior, to the release of the final Reckoning this weekend. But I do know Simon Pegg does become a major character. His does have a more supporting role in the future from a lot of YouTube videos. So that's in movie reviews. But yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman does a very great job in his role as Owen Davian, the villain for this film. He is an intelligent, ruthless, elusive, and sadistic psychopath who wreaks havoc to the public and loves to antagonize Ethan. Ooh, it is very, very faithful to the source material. Again, I did not see the original TV show. That everything that I just said, I'm just taking it off. If you did not, like I said in the previous two movie reviews, like the past two films, I did not see the original television series. I'm just taking it from what I read from multiple news articles. People who have seen the original TV show say that it is still very faithful to its source material, like the previous two films, if not even more. A big change and additions for Ethan's character from the last film. We get to see much more of his personal side, and his emotions are explored more in this film, and the opening interrogation even begins to state this. And there's tons. This film has tons of exciting action sequences, such as the opening escape scene, which I touched on. In addition, there is an unexpected scene where a convoy of vehicles gets attacked at the cheese, as the at the I almost said oh my god, I almost said the Cheesecake Factory. Not the Cheesecake Factory. That's no. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge. I'm pretty again. I'm very terrible with names. But you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Bay Bridge, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, whatever, by a group of former commando operators turned mercenaries deploying a UAV drone who has been hired to locate and extract Davian from IMF custody, and Davian escapes. The pacing in this film, like, dude, like, it is fast and consistent. I love it. Fitting for a Mission Impossible film very well, and the excellent soundtrack that was performed by Michael Giacchino. Holy shit! The sound, like the music composers, we got like so far we got like the first film was like what was it, Danny Elfman. The second one was like, let me look it up. I totally forgot. Like Hans Zimmer. Second film was Hans Zimmer. Now we're getting Michael Giacchino. Holy shit! The music composers are just, they're hiring like the best music composers, and I love it. Um, which the Michael Giacchino, his soundtrack, his score, uh, composed in this film is excellent. It still uses the Mission Impossible theme song like the previous film. It's used his jazzy, Michael's jazzy, brassy, 60s styled take combined with chaotic and horror thriller like tones fits very well for this film. It just fits like a glove, Uh, and no surprise, because since Giacchino is a frequent collaborator with J.J. Abrams, maybe I don't know, maybe J.J. I don't know if Tom Cruise, but maybe J.J. Abrams. I have to look this up. Maybe J.J. Abrams hired Michael Giacchino or talked him into composing this music, because they're best friends or something like that. They go way back in the day. I don't really know the history between I don't really know the history between their friendship. Um, but anyway, yeah, the cinematography, for this time being, is beyond top notch. Director J.J. Abrams, this being his, directorial debut, gave very good directing skills and following the elements from the TV show. From what I heard from people who've seen it of the same name, his direction for this film is what sets it apart from the rest of the other installments. The final sequences of this film is decent and almost unique to the series. This is the only film in the series where Ethan finishes the mission without his, repertoire, team of field agent members supporting him. If you really think about it, like, this is the first time, and it's amazing, and it's incredible. We get to see him, all on his own. Like, he gets to do it on, he gets to finish this mission all by himself. You know, he doesn't have to rely on anyone, or no one's relying on him, or vice versa, and all that. And this film, one last positive I will give this film is that this film is what sets the bar for the entire series, the entire franchise. While it is the lowest grossing installment in the series, as I'm recording this video, the film being received, this film being received well more than the last two films is the start of the major success of this entire franchise, which, this walked into, the Ghost Protocol and so on installments that can just keep running, and I can't wait. Like, out of all the Mission Impossible like franchises and movies, everyone keeps talking about Ghost Protocol. That's the one name. That's the one name. Ghost Protocol. Ghost Protocol is like the best, or one of the best Mission Impossible movies. Some people are saying it's actually Fallout now. And I checked the Rotten Tomato scores and everything. It's probably, I think Fallout. I gotta double check, but I think Fallout is currently the highest like critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, that's amazing. But going into the negatives. Yeah, if you look very closely, There is a couple of, product placements throughout the film, such as 7-Eleven, Oreo cookies, etc. Um, the film had a mix. Oh, I mean, this isn't an issue that I personally have, but it's like what the fans have of the series. It has like mixed reception. For the fans of the series, but I managed to write down and pick out a one big plot hole. I found one plot hole in this film. When Davian is hanging headfirst out of a moving plane in the face of a deafening, roaring wind, he still manages to hear Luther call Ethan by name inside the plane. Uh, huh? I know it's a movie, and movies are fictions are fiction, and are a piece of storytelling, and sometimes you know even in like these spy espionage thriller films we have to suspend our disbelief, but it's like realistically in real life that just doesn't work. He shouldn't be hearing him at all. That whatever. Whatever. I still think it's a major improvement over its predecessor. It doesn't really, hurt the entire film or anything like that, the franchise or anything like that. It's still a massive improvement over the past two films, definitely. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for Mission Impossible 3. Major improvement. A very major improvement over Mission Impossible 1 and then the second one. From what I heard, the second one's probably has the lowest like critics Rotten score on in the entire franchise on Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say for Mission Impossible 3. That's my thoughts. Everything, the good, the bad, all of it. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking time to listen to my review, my thoughts on Mission Impossible 3. Please like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe, because when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll be helping me out a lot. I mean, like, seriously, it helps me continue making videos like this, which is something I want to do, that I want to keep doing, and something I'm passionate about. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for all of you for supporting me, and I will see all of you lovely people in my next video, or my next Mission Impossible review, which is Ghost Protocol, which is very exciting. I'm excited for that. But yeah, peace out, guys. See ya.